YouTube, what's going on? How y'all doing? Just wanted to bring a quick video to you real quick. I bought a upgraded camshaft for my 420 Predator that I bought. I got the cam from NR Racing. It's their 280 series cam. I believe it's the 0411, so I think that's the torque cam if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little bit of measuring and let you know what I find, and just kind of check it out. I was basically just doing it out of curiosity. I took the stock cam out already and I got the new one here. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit about the two cams and the box it came in, all that stuff. We'll do some measuring, and if you guys notice anything about how measuring, I just got this thing from Northern Tools or Harbor Freight, one of the two, and it seems to be doing pretty good, but there might be some little things that I don't know to make it measure more accurately. I don't really know as far as the difference between the measuring from the tip and kind of in the middle right here. The numbers come out just slightly different, so just let me know in the comments if you got any tips for me, and I'll probably use them. Help me learn a little bit. So I got the 280 cam right here. Again, this is from NR Racing, so it's got the NR 280 0411. That's the cam. Looks like a pretty good product. Nice and smooth finished lobes here. The journals look really good. Everything seems to be pretty good quality. And then of course here's the stock cam. Okay, nothing special. I have the box that it came in right here. This is what it's gonna look like. We got the intake center line, and the lobe separation is how they explained it to me. I had to send them an email to ask them questions. Initially, when I got this cam, I didn't go on YouTube or look up any how-to videos or anything like that as far as how to measure the specs on it. I just measured the total lobe height and compared it to the new cam from the stock cam. And I was like, it's only like a, what was it? Like a 10,000th difference, really. And I was like, that's weird. It's supposed to be a little bigger than that. So I emailed them and everything, and they told me how to measure it and everything and what it's supposed to come out to. And it was pretty close whenever I did it. So it was a learning moment for me. And I actually ended up looking up YouTube videos and stuff like that. So it helped out a lot. Helped me learn something. So I'll just share that with you guys and kind of show you what I found on the specs and about the quality, and eventually I'll get a video up of the motor running and what it sounds like and all that good stuff. So I'll start with the stock cam. We got the exhaust lobe that's closer to the gear here, and then the intake lobe that's further out towards the end over here. So I'll go ahead and start with the intake. Again, this is the stock cam for a Predator 420. It's a Hemi. So what you want to do is start out by measuring the base circle. The base circle, got it wrote down from earlier, is about 1 inch and 30 thousandths. I believe I'm saying that correctly, 1 inch and 30 thousandths. So 1.030. All right, so the base circle, let me get this so you can see it. The base circle is going to be pretty much the round part before you get to the lobe, because when this is installed in your engine, your lifters is going to ride on this area right here, and at that point there should be no valve lift at all. Basically your valve lash is going to be on the base circle right here. Okay, no lift. So you want to measure that to get your baseline, and then you basically measure the difference between your base circle and your total lobe height, and that'll get you your cam lift. And then actually, whenever you account for your ratio for your rocker arms, that may increase the lift. So the lift at your actual valve will be different if you have ratio rockers. So again, intake base circle was an inch and 30 thousandths, so 1.030. Total height on the intake side, stock cam, it's going to be 1.28. How did I have it earlier? So 1.283 is what I got. Again, I'm measuring from the tip of these calipers here. So if you know of a better way, and the measurement is a little bit different. If I bring it more towards the middle right here. So here at the tip, I got 1.283. And then in the middle, I got 1.28 or 1.29. Okay, so the measurement is quite of a difference. Let me know in the comments what you think. We'll go ahead and measure the exhaust side. Again, base circle. So I'm getting about an inch and 25 thousandths, so 1.025. Total height on the intake side is gonna be, see what we got over here. Yep, 1.263. Okay. We'll go ahead and do the aftermarket cam. Again, this is the 280 from NR Racing. Let's see what we got here. Starting with the intake side. So intake is further out from the gear. So I got about 1.022. So the base circle is smaller on this one. So what that means is basically your lifter at 0 lift on the cam, on the base circle, is going to be riding basically closer to the center line of the cam shaft, basically. And so that means even if it had the same exact total height of the lobe as the stock cam, it would end up having more lift because the base circle is smaller when you get the difference between the two. So base circle 1.022. Total height on the intake side is going to be 1296. I believe is what I got last time. Yep, 1.296. Exhaust side, okay, about the same thing. So 1.022. Total height on the exhaust side, I got 1.297. Okay, 1297 on that side. So you can see the total height of the lobe is higher. The base circle is also smaller. So just because the total height isn't what you think it should be, you also got to factor in the base circle. So I got it all written down here on my paper. If you go to the stock cam, and these are just my measurements, what I got. The base circle was 1.030. The total height was 1.283. You get the difference, it's going to come out to 0.253. So about 250-ish on the lift. That was intake. In exhaust, I got 1.025 and 1.263. So that came out to 0.238. So about 230-ish on the exhaust. 250 intake, 230-ish exhaust. Alright, the new cam is base circle on the intake side was 1.023. Total height was 1.296. So that one came out to about 273 on the intake side, 275 somewhere in there. That was about where they said it was going to be. And then 1.023 for exhaust, base circle, and then 1.297 for total height on the exhaust. So it was about 274 on the exhaust side. So the numbers match up. Obviously got more lift than the stock cam. One thing I will note, let's see, this is the stock cam. This spring for the compression release, if you listen how that sounds, this is all the way, I'll say this is all the way deactivated, if that makes sense. And then when I'm just gonna let this go and let it spring back. You see how quiet that is? Now for the new cam, it seems that the spring may be a little bit heavier as far as the tension is tighter on the new cam. So I don't know if they intentionally made it that way to where the compression release stays on a little bit longer before it deactivates. I don't know, but you hear the difference in how that sounds. And just the tension on my finger, how much is resisting me pushing it back, is a little bit more on the new cam as well. So this one feels fairly easy, and then this one has a little more tension on it, and like I said, it definitely makes more noise when you do it that way. So I don't know if that matters or what that means, but for you experts, give me some comments and let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, let me get some tips on how to use those calipers more accurately, and I'll get you another video put out with this cam actually in operation. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.